welcome back to Mists.
Hi
Hello
guys.
again. Hi guys. Today's objective is get Mikey into the plot. And if I swear to God, if he's not in the plot, I'm going fucking nuclear.
Oh, you're going nuclear. You're going nuclear.
I have a last case scenario.
I spent the entirety of last session trying to get this lazy motherfucker in the game instead of progressing the plot.
Me and Duncan are both gonna go nuclear. Anyway, you guys were all into the woods.
I know Celsus is carrying Uryte in a bag right now.
No,
because my little man's embarrassed. Well,
I went invisible, remember?
Oh no, you went invisible.
Right, yeah,
that's right.
Oh yeah, last
Everyone
time
in a bag.
Uryte and Celsus fucking kissed. How could I forget?
How could we forget?
No.
I don't remember that happening.
I want to live out my boy love fantasies, goddammit.
No.
Anyway.
Anyway, back in the woods.
Back in the woods.
Narrow my eyes. He's everywhere.
Duncan's gonna kill us.
He's everywhere. Everywhere, but nowhere at once.
It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Celsus?
Oh, there he is. I
guys?
think it's pretty easy to find him.
Yeah, he's pretty easy. He's got a black background.
This is our representation of the woods. This is our map for today.
So deep in the woods.
Oh, help! Oh, someone call the fire department.
Richard, what have you done?
Get a ladder.
Nothing at all.
You know
worry,
what?
Kevin.
I'm doing it. It's me.
What you can do,
Well,
Richard,
yeah, I know
is you
that
can
Kane's doing it, but
click.
Richard started it.
Y'all are in the woods. Why were you gathering in the woods to try to lure Fiora?
No, I think they went to go get Howlite because Howlite spent the night in the woods because Varry said they were gonna go do a night dream
Right, and
session
then we
there,
didn't.
and then instead decided
they
And
didn't.
do it. Well, I fucked up. I rolled 4 on my crafting roll for the shrine, so sue me.
Right, you have entered the woods, Howlite. You did not get a dream. Sorry, let you down.
Varry did let you down. Varry didn't.
There was
do
no
the thing
commune
because
with Switch.
I didn't do any of my
For the
stuff.
second
that I
time in a
planned,
row
so
when
I'm
Varry
gonna
says
go
they're gonna-
out.
Well,
I'm going to apologize. I'm going to say
Well-
I'm sorry. And
well,
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
say, hey,
say-
we can try this again.
Hey, Howlite assumes that Varry just didn't work again.
Okay, so I'm going to blame you.
Oh, cool, great, yeah, all right, okay.
Going offline on
Howlite,
Steam.
as you're having your morning tea and just sitting in the woods, you hear the not so distant talkings of a very loud snake woman as she approaches with one man.
Up in a tree, probably just peering down, and then just hops down.
Oh, hey, there you are. Yeah, sorry we lost one along the way. Yeah, he's gone.
What?
I'm literally right
Died
here.
from embarrassment. We'll miss him forever.
I can literally just stab you right now and you wouldn't know where I was.
Uryte,
Uh-huh.
will you forgive me if I tell you that you were really brave? And you did a brave boy thing.
You're lucky I can't smack you or else this spell would fizzle out.
No, look, I know that a bar's reputation might as well just be like breaking their leg to do anything to tarnish it.
We will have a conversation when the time is right.
So I see that I missed another unfolding disturbance in your interrelationships. Varry, what happened to the commune?
Oh yeah, you see, I didn't have everything that I needed to have that happen. Unfortunately, our little outing, our talk the other day was kind of a replacement for that. But we're out here again. I'm gonna be giving another shot. And we're gonna go out into the woods and we're going to have a little meeting. Little meeting?
All right.
Put our heads together. I'll tell you what I've been planning. You can share whatever you guys have been accomplishing in the meantime.
Ultimately speaking, I don't have much of a plan at this point.
Yeah, kind of given how we're still in the dark about a lot of things, my plan is mostly just trying to figure out more information.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You, Mr. Celsus man.
Yeah.
So the plan with the jar, obviously, you have more going on with that. You're not just going to be putting the bees in a jar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe while we're out there setting things up, you can maybe talk to. You've been in communication with Ava, right?
That's Uryte's. But
Yeah, well,
yes,
Uryte's not talking to
in a
you right
sense.
now. So,
I'm talking.
all right.
And then I suppose indirectly.
Come out here so I can look you in the eye.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Ah,
Oh, frustrating.
I'm
writing this
Trying
out for the
to
entire
communicate
hour.
with it.
all right, everyone. You done with your tea, Howlite?
If I asked you very politely, Uryte, would you come out for me?
Here, but I really don't want to, not carry this out for the entire hour. It's kind of a waste of a spell,
You really want to get the
Of
full
course.
use out of it,
I understand.
just so that no one sees how gosh dang embarrassed you are. Okay.
So, I suppose the one thing I would like at this point is more samples with which to do a few more alchemical experiments. See if I can't extract a magical origin to this madness, find some sort of perpetrator behind the infection, that sort of thing. Outside of that, I don't really think there's much we can do.
I'm sorry. Right now, I'm a little bit distracted because everywhere around me, I see Uryte. It's all the potential places that he could be, but I cannot confirm that he actually exists in any of these spaces. It's like a quantum little guy.
Varry, this does not matter.
None of you know what that
Almost
means,
like
and neither
there's
do I.
It's like there's 100 Urytes in front of you.
Anyway, Howlite, you are,
dismissal. I can
you are invited to, of course, join us on outing into the woods.
What are you doing in the woods, by the way? I don't think that was ever specified.
Oh yeah, I was building a shrine, but I
was
kind of screwed
there.
it up yesterday.
I helped you build the shrine, yes.
Yeah,
I was more so
Howlite,
curious what...
Howlite, confession time.
It-
I was royally screwing it up. I did not know what I was doing. I was very distracted from the little incident at the medical tent, and that messed with my head. I didn't know what I was doing. I told you I knew what I was doing, but I was just trying to save face. So I'm sorry.
Oh, of course. I knew that. That's why I helped.
You're a real friend. Thank you for that. Also, despite the little incident with that extract that you fixed up for me, I think I'm doing much better now.
That is good. It's not healthy to consume that high of a dosage of narcotics in such a short span of time.
Still, though, I think in the long run, that little episode where I was freaking out got a lot of my antsy energy out, and I think I'm ready to tackle this whole shrine thing again, focused, fresh, with a calm, collected mind.
Not asking about what the color purple is.
I'm still thinking about that, but
You should stop.
okay.
Is there an answer to such a proposition? Purple
Yeah.
is purple. How much further can you go?
Had to come from somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
Everything came from somewhere.
Aren't all colors the same, though? Just different flavors?
Essentially, yes.
So, to suppose that purple came from somewhere, you'd have to suppose that all color came from somewhere.
All color did come from somewhere.
But where? Where would
But where
it come
indeed?
from?
Where? Do you know
What
where?
would...
No, wait, I
Well, I
already asked you.
haven't... Color comes from your perception, Varry.
So did I make purple?
You made your purple, yes.
How do we know that our purple is the same purple?
We don't know, Varry. That is what I am getting at. There are some beasts out there who cannot see
Never gonna
color.
get out of this town.
Have Have you ever heard of the concept of color blindness?
Yes, I actually have heard about that concept, color blindness.
It's a common affliction up north.
Really?
Yes.
Is it
Specifically
'cause you got
amongst
lots of
the
snow?
male elves. Color blindness was very
Elves.
common. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know exactly why or how, but I imagine it would
Oh,
have something to do with
all-
the climate.
Yeah, it's all snow and rocks and stuff up there. I bet there's not really much natural color anyway.
You would be surprised.
I think I'd be surprised in most situations. Let's get going.
All right. She's going to turn to Celsus and where she presumes Uryte to be out of just a haphazard of a guess. She's just going to go, well, don't put your expectations too high.
Don't worry, they're not.
You motherfucker.
I'm attempting to save you from any sort of awkward scenario, Varry.
Okay.
Yes, so when did you start referring to it as the woods?
I think I called them the Foods when I left you guys that note.
We could not discern whether or not it was a forest or woods. We argued over it and decided to call it simply the Woods.
I was pretty happy to go with the Foods, to be honest. I really feel like it's a compromise. I feel like it's something new entirely.
Well, I suppose if you don't know how big it is, that is an alright compromise.
Anyway, here we are. She's gonna take you back to that clearing that she was in earlier. And you'll watch her, she'll just kind of like stamp around the area looking for the stuff that they had set up.
It's not a very big patch of woods. It's pretty easy to find.
Huh. That's odd.
What exactly is odd, Varry?
I think we should look somewhere else. I don't quite feel the same way about this place anymore. I think it might have been what was screwing up the shrine in the first place.
It's just gonna cross their arms and just be like, are you sure that it was not an internal conflict that you felt, rather than the land itself?
Thought it might have been something like that at first. It was just my own incompetence, but like, here, just feel the earth right here, right?
It would stand in the center of the little clearing and just take a breath, feel around in the clearing.
It's not the same anymore. I think we messed it up. I think we might have disturbed it. That's okay. There's not many people out here. There's plenty of places of peace, places of tranquility. We could just search around a little bit more. Maybe we could find some place more befitting. I think back that way. I heard some running water coming from there. Maybe you can head out more into that direction.
Celsus will follow and then just kind of say to himself, and presumably Uryte is by him, just, I would not be entertaining this if we didn't have to waste time somewhere along the line.
Follow me out into the woods.
Oh man, if Howlite had any more perceptive, she would be so fucking done with Varry at this point, but Howlite's just gonna follow along.
Varry, what exactly are you looking for as you...
This is like, since we're heading towards more of like a wetlands kind of area, I'm looking for running water.
Can you roll me a luck check? I'm going to describe this from everyone else's perspective for a moment.
Okay.
You all are walking, and Varry is taking the lead, just kind of wandering around trying to find a spot for her little shrine. And then suddenly she vanishes.
Oh?
Just like it's like she walks around a corner of a wall, but she's just gone.
What?
Fucking back rooms.
Can the rest of you roll me intelligence?
Yeah, sure.
Celsus, you're not paying attention. Uryte, though, she just kind of looked like she vanished. And you've seen this happen before, actually. It looks like there's, like, a slight tear into the ethereal plane.
Oh.
Oh my god, wait, that's like
And
huge.
this would jog your memory of the Aetherbound are specifically tied to parts of the ethereal plane. That's where their spirituality lies, is these little gaps within the seams of the planes that allows the Aether to come through.
She has become one with the Aether, he says while still
Oh,
invisible.
Varry just stepped right into the ethereal plane. Oh no. Idiot, you didn't make Varry invisible, did you?
Nope. If I did, I'd be visible right now.
What just happened?
Well, I must say I am more interested in being here now.
Oh yeah, she just walked right through there, right into that tear into the ethereal plane.
I'm sorry?
Oh, right. Sorry, you can't see my finger. Hang on. Walks over. Yeah, right there. There we go. There's where your finger points.
It seems particularly dangerous.
Well, yeah, but isn't that
Oh,
like what the
interesting.
ether bound, like the ether slipping out and yada yada? That's what it's called, right?
No one has told me what they actually do. I've tried to ask, it's never gone anywhere. How do you know this? She says, just kind of frustrated.
I know, like the time that I kidnapped an Aetherbound that came to the desert. They used to be a lot more plentiful when I was younger.
Intriguing.
Kidnapped?
Yeah, you know, dragon things. I
I
asked them to tell me a story,
do
and they
not
told me a
just
story.
know.
It's a brass dragon thing. You wouldn't understand.
Right, so of course you can't explain it.
It's kind of just a thing we do. I
Slash
think.
me deletes one of you.
It's very unhelpful. Right, so...
Hey, Varry, do you want to know what's happening with you?
No,
I
no,
would
no.
also
no,
love
no.
to know what's happening with
Let them
Varry.
let them settle
Let
this
them
first.
cook?
Let them cook.
Okay, I want to cook, Howlite would be like, planes are a concept I'm very unfamiliar with. So the ethereal, though, that one I'm very familiar with the teachings of certain peoples. It's connected to spirituality in a sense.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'm kind of right on like a little bit of
Is she...
fumes.
No problem, idiot. I'm just trying to figure out if Varry's in any actual danger.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, here is a better question. If we were to enter, would we be able to get back?
If I had to make a guess, because like I said, I'm still not 100% on my memories. That tear might seal up, so we would have to find a different one, possibly.
Oh, let's gonna step into the tear.
Okay, you slip in, but I'm going to describe with Varry. Varry, you are walking. You're walking, kind of talking to yourself, walking. And suddenly you don't hear the footsteps behind you. But you do kind of hear the still kind of thud, 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 thud. Almost like the inside of like a steel bowl is being tapped. And you look around and kind of everything is hazy. It is the same, but is saturated. Except for you. If you look at yourself, you are the same as you've always been.
Guys.
God damn.
Amazing.
Oh fuck! I think I'm relapsing. Alright, Varry. Keep your cool. Stay calm. Assess your surroundings.
It just looks like it goes on. You do see this weird kind of flicker
Mm-hmm.
back along your path.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
the fringe, like, you know how fringe kind of looks when it's like fluttering in the wind, or like a flag, that kind
Yes.
of
Yes,
weird
I
kind
do.
of ripple. You see that not often, but a couple times as you're just kind of looking around.
Okay. Specifically in like the path that I was taking, or just kind of
behind
around.
you, and then in like one other place, kind of off to your like forward and left about
All right, I'm going to try talking to them.
I'm going to try talking to the flickers.
Yes.
What do you say?
I'm going to say, you know, I was meant to be taking a spiritual journey out here, but this wasn't what I was expecting.
The air is silent.
Hmm.
Quieter than it's been. It reminds you of Lemstead.
Hey, can you guys hear me out there? Are you guys okay? Hello, Celsus. Howlite, is that you?
As
I'm
you ask
assuming that the
question,
ripples that
Howlite
I'm
comes
seeing
through.
are, yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hey. I was hoping, you guys would follow me through and not just leave me out here to dry.
Good to know that you didn't wander off. This is peculiar.
Yeah, I was just noting that. Not quite what I
Can you make
expected
me a
at all.
Constitution saving throw? The air around you feels compressive. Not anything you can't handle, but it feels like you're being squeezed.
This is a very bad place.
Yeah, something's off here. Are you seeing what I'm seeing over here?
The air does not move. Varry, you
Yeah,
are...
there's little shimmers, like, just occasionally. Like, yeah, you see that over there?
Varry, you entered through a planar rift.
Oh, I've never ended up doing that before. Okay.
The Etherbound, according to Uryte, draw their ether from rifts to the ethereal plane.
So basically what you're saying is we just stumbled and like tripped and fell down a well, metaphorically.
Yes, but that well is like a tapestry. Multiple claw marks in it that are constantly being stitched back up by the weaver. We need to find another claw mark before they all close up. Do you understand?
Yeah, I follow.
Right.
What about the others? Did you say anything about that to them? Are they gonna wait for us out there?
That Varry would notice specifically about Howlite.
Mm-hmm.
Howlite is dimmer than Varry is. Howlite is more desaturated.
Yeah, I figured this
Alright,
place
a
wouldn't
little
like
bit
me
of-
very much.
A little bit of planar shenanigans, a little bit of spirit shenanigans going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Celsus-
Not for the reasons you think, though.
Celsus kind of like looks around. How intriguing.
Yeah, I had
Never been to the ethereal plane before.
I didn't know this is what they were doing. The Aetherbound, I mean.
Neither did I.
Is Uryte following you? Is he here?
I feel like I'm about to be crushed.
Oh shoot. Do we gotta like get you out of here? Like quickly?
I don't think staying for too long is particularly smart for me. I don't do well with still air.
Celsus, there's something really bad going on in here.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
I'm quite intrigued.
There's well, this place is just isn't agreeing with Howlite, so it seems, and I'm starting to see things, so
What
what was that?
seeing exactly?
What was that? Did anyone hear that? Did anyone hear a growl just then?
No.
Perhaps.
Uryte? Was that you?
I did think that he was coming in after.
Yeah, like we shouldn't be leaving him all the way out there alone in the woods. That's bad for wandering wandering little.
Here.
I don't know about that. We shouldn't leave him unsupervised.
I think he's fine. Let's find
I gotta
the
keep my
rift.
eye on him at all times like a child, Howlite. You don't know how
I'm
bad
done
it is.
entertaining. Howlite's gonna start walking and looking for a rift.
I'm quite certain Uryte can take care of himself.
Passive Howlite?
Not good.
Okay, so then to find a rift or to find a way out, you're going to need to make me active perception checks.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, Celsus. We shouldn't be letting him off on his own because you know he's a bard, and that means he's going to go off and he's going to flirt with everyone in town while we're gone.
Wait, guys, there's someone else who can roll. Good job. Good job, Alexandria. Celsus is just too interested in actually being here and looking around that he's not looking for an exit.
Oh, yeah.
Howlite would just
Very
go,
fair.
I feel that something about this place is contradictory to my nature. It's like it's trying to compress me into a smaller point.
Huh.
How intriguing.
I guess Uryte didn't actually follow us. I thought for sure that last comment would have gotten him to speak up. Well, let's get out of here. Celsus?
You said you were seeing things, Varry.
Yes.
What are you seeing?
There's, like, you know how light reflects off the surface of a lake? Little things like that. Maybe those could be the tears that we're looking for. I don't know. What do you think?
I
Perhaps.
mean, that makes sense.
Aha! I heard you.
They might be able to see us. I believe they have camps for different seasons. This
Crazy.
woods might be a seasonal phenomenon.
That's what I was thinking too, Howlite. Like it's sort of
That would be interesting.
what's it called? Kind of like how when a certain creature makes their home in specific areas, it gets all fucky wucky.
Yes. I sensed something earlier when we were at Varry's shrine. But this place might have a guardian spirit.
I was about to say, what if the wasp things came from here?
I was also thinking that.
What if whoever orchestrated the whole wasps thing is still in here with us?
And that's a better reason to not get caught off guard.
No one
Yeah, I'll
can
suck at that.
find where the wasps go, can they?
To my knowledge, from what we've been asking around town,
I assumed that they just died. Is it that they completely vanished? That they're not able to actually retrieve the corpses?
they only found the one, right?
Yes, and
Yes.
you have that, right?
I thought we gave it to Howlite, didn't we?
Howlite, do you still have the corpse of the wasp with you?
Yes, I was planning to make...
If it does have connection with this plane, then wouldn't we be able to detect that now that we're here?
Perhaps.
I did notice something earlier. When the infection was distilled, it gave off a blue sort of gaseous form that vanished into thin air. I was unable to trace it before. Perhaps it came back here.
Does anyone want to hit this wasp with like an Arcana check? I can give them enhanceability.
I will full on pull out the little vial with it if you guys want to look at it.
I can do that. I have a good arcana.
It looks different. It looks vastly different.
The bee?
The wasp.
Oh,
It looks like a wasp. Alright, Celsus, I have to DM you something.
Ah, lovely.
Did we just like get to this through a
even though we
different
all
method?
helped?
You rolled a 30!
we just helped the man. I guess this is for
Teamwork.
Celsus's eyes and ears only.
I'm just giving you this context.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey,
Okay.
I have a percentage like stake claim in that information.
I'm
was
just,
just the
giving
context
Westley
of how
context
I
as
know
to
this.
how he knows this.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then.
This specimen, now that you're looking at it, was extinct. As far as everyone knew and everyone who understood, it was extinct.
Ghost
This
bees!
is a breed of wasp closely related to phase spiders, and it's more kind of got a scorpion-like shell and appendage to it now that you're in the ethereal plane.
That's kind of what I was
These
thinking.
things can phase between planes and typically only live within colonies of less than 100. They use actual like material plane hosts to breed their children and their parasites in that way. They were hunted for a very long time, about, I would say, 300 years ago, to eradicate them because they were literally killing off every single kind of bee alive. So in an effort for some communities to revive the bees, they hunted these phaser wasps. But the phaser wasps didn't mind control people. You know that for a fact. The only thing they did was take over bee colonies,
Uh-huh.
beehives.
like infected phaser wasps. And they're resurrected from like a different time period. This is some bullshit going on here. I love
It's
this.
so deep. The conspiracy it runs.
It's
like
a
rivers
recent
and stone.
specimen, and you can tell that because the phase appendage that appears in the ethereal plane is still there. It normally decays after about a week. Or sorry, a month, I can speak. So this had to have been a recent infection, down to its like molecular structure. Some sort of magical ritual was performed upon it to transform parts of it.
You notice they looked like stitched together. Is there any way we can like identify the different parts?
See, that's where it gets weird for Celsus. They're all the same kind of wasp parts. One to resurrect a long dead species and then magically modify it without killing it. It's well beyond your pay grade. It's well beyond all of the Equinox Reserve's pay grade.
Yeah.
This is like Lich Archmage shit.
Oh, I see.
To revive and do all of this.
Yeah.
So someone either pulled some really big favors or someone really pissed off of an Archmage.
Someone really powerful. Call it right now, it was Vega.
You haven't even talked to them.
She just wants a sick week. So you're sure that like none of the boys back in the reserve had these critters or like a specimen that they were holding on to, right?
That would be highly unlikely.
I have two things that worry me right now, right?
Yes.
One, what the place where the hives are at look like right now in this fucking plane of existence. And two, what do the people back in the healing tent look like? And do you think that there might be a way we could help the mother and the others from in here?
They don't typically use people to incubate, right?
The thing that strikes me as wrong about this is their abilities have been augmented specifically for human as they're attacking people. This is abnormal.
Very.
And the chances of them infecting someone with, well, ways of propagating them, since that seems to be their method of attack, it's not impossible.
Am I a mother?
Unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Do I have terrible little bug children out there somewhere?
Sorry. As you say mother, and you guys are walking kind of back towards theoretically where the Aetherbound camp would be, you just hear kind of very faintly, and only Varry would hear this. Just mother.
What the fuck?
That is beautiful.
Baby, darling, is that you? You somewhere out there trying to find your way back home? Oh, I'm losing it. Oh, yeah, I'm losing it, aren't I? We gotta get out of here, you guys. I'm hearing things now.
Okay, well, this time it wasn't
getting
me.
worse. It's getting worse.
Hang on.
Okay.
Can I do never mind.
I want to
Continue.
I want to bring up a concern of the similarities between this and Guillemot.
Oh, definitely. I was right, you bitch! Oh, wait, you can't see me. I'm pointing at you, Celsus.
Yes, you are.
So,
If my theory is correct, the infection isn't exactly designed for paralysis. It's siphoning from these people something into the ethereal plane.
Howlite, you're sounding really rough around the gills there. Are you okay if we head back
I feel
towards
like I'm
down?
about to be a pin.
Oh shit! Hang on, I can help you.
Wait.
Hold still. Okay.
Wait. Hang on. Etherbound essence thing. Oh, fuck. The Etherbound draw their essence from the ethereal plane, which means that if they're getting stung by these things, then they're losing their essence. Ooh.
Yes. It's very bad.
Yes.
Howlite, hold still.
Yes.
You'll see she's going to go into kind of like her stuff. She's going to pull out from a pouch a little tuft of fur. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability, Bear's Endurance.
Ooh. What does that do?
Howlite, as Varry casts this on you, you feel like a twinge of like pain for a moment. And you also then hear, Mother, Mother, where? Mother, where? Mother, where? Mother?
Oh, my head.
Your echoes are coming to me now.
Don't fucking play with me like this. I'm going to drop concentration, I swear to God.
Please do not.
That's interesting.
I'm trying.
Mother?
You hear it too?
Whose mother?
How intriguing.
Who are you?
Howlite! Shh!
I want to talk to them.
You do not want to talk to them.
You don't know my intentions. Hello?
Yes. True. Stop. Stop.
Is there anyone out there?
Howlite, keep this up. I'm dropping concentration.
My immediate thought is that we should move these two in particular back into the material plane.
I have a theory on that.
Fascinated now.
I have a theory on this, right?
Go for it.
Only Varry was hearing it at first. She's the only person that was bitten by someone that was infected. The moment she did a spell on Howlite, Howlite now apparently hears this stuff.
Through the
I should
magic.
say, once she is done casting it and the magic takes hold, the whispers disappear for Howlite.
It's through the air. That would make sense, right?
Uryte?
The
It's because I
air.
said something earlier and something heard me say it and was responding.
It's possible that they only heard you because of the previous bite, though.
Varry,
She's
I
hearing it
think
too.
who heard you was you.
She's just going kind of like, yeah.
Howlite's just like squinting their eyes and looking up and then just goes, your magic. I think it's alive.
Oh, wait. Howlite, weren't you bit? But you just got it out of your system?
Did that happen?
I
I don't
do-
think I got
Yes.
bit.
I
Did
do
it?
seem to
Oh.
recall
You
that
did.
as well. Yes, Howlite, you
You
were a
did get
bit.
bit.
Yes, that's quite possible. It's just a symptom of being bitten, but... We need more information.
Where did you get?
Yes, we do.
Where did you get bit again, Varry?
Shoulder, I believe.
Can you show us the bite site?
Sure, I think it's mostly healed.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if
From the
there's
material
some
plane, anyway.
weird glowy shit going on around it, maybe we should take a look anyway.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Looking at my shoulder where I got bit.
I'll go look.
I got beat.
Did somebody say weird glowy shit?
Is it weird glowy shit? Yo!
No.
There is, in fact, some weird glowy shit.
Do I have
Not
I don't know where I
directly
got
in the
bit,
bite wound.
but-
I believe you got bit, like, in the arm. Because there's this thing. It's not directly on the bite wound, but in the surrounding veins, it's glowing.
That's so. Okay, I'm checking something real quick. Hang on. You're gonna feel a weird man scampering up your body. Hang on.
Okay. Holding still.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Shoulders. There we go. I'm going to try and put my hand over the area, making sure that I am able to at least cover a decent part where those veins that are glowing are.
Give it to me straight, Doc.
Yeah.
How
You can
long do I
probably
have?
Cover a good section of them.
Cool.
Not as good as like if it was Howlite's hand. But
Yeah.
identify. Make me an Arcana check.
I can give him. I can use emboldening bond to add a D4 to that.
Okay. Do it.
Okay, hang on. Before you do it, I gotta make sure my man's good with needles, right?
From what
You're
it's...
talking to Squid?
Squidge, do you condone this?
Which doesn't respond.
I don't know if he can actually hear us when we're here. Oh well, I'll just talk about what that little prick was when we get back.
Seems that what we may be dealing with here is an artificial carrier. Someone forcibly ingesting people with potions. The venom
I've been
sacs being
administered-
replaced by small samples of such a concoction?
I've been administered some weird shit, and by the looks of it, it's not exactly going anywhere, even though it's been a day since I was bitten.
Yeah, which is
It hasn't spread to the rest of my system. It seems to be staying put.
Which could mean that when you go unconscious, that's not the symptom, but that's your body's natural reaction. Trying to fight it.
Shoot.
And
I'm
when
gonna
you
rub my
wake
shoulder.
up,
Does it feel numb?
it's a failed state. This could mean that all of the etherbound that are currently awake, that have already recovered, are still in grave danger.
How intriguing.
Dang, guys, I really feel I'm starting to get the strong feeling that I shouldn't be here. Out of any of you, I should go.
That makes sense. My immediate thought is that me and Uryte stay on this plane of existence and go back and see how the town looks, and you two can go back on the material plane.
Okay, you guys want to do that? Howlite, you want to go build a shrine?
And run experiments on the blood.
Need to figure out what's in you, Varry.
My suggestion is that you both head back to the town as well, because, assuming that we arrive at similar points, it's possible that if me and Uryte see a chance to help the situation, something might happen at the material plane.
And we need someone to explain the situation if we fuck up or something happens.
Okay.
How will we communicate across planes?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I have sending, but that has a chance to fail between planes of existence, I believe. I've never really tested it.
That's true, it does. What's the chance? Roughly 5%, if I remember correctly?
I think that's what the dude who originally told me about it years ago said. It was either 5 or some other
Then just
number.
do it once you've gotten out of the ethereal plane.
Also very fair. We might find an exit near the
Yes,
town.
you guys shouldn't stay in here too long.
No, we shouldn't. But when we get back there, we will send something as an update.
Something else is in here. I'm not afraid to say it's been listening to us as well.
Oh, by the way, I drew a circle around where the entrance was.
Oh.
I did that while I was invisible. I was trying to fuck with you at some point, but
Andy. All right. Is it like lightning where it won't strike the same place twice?
inconclusive.
Ah, okay. So then what's the plan? When should we expect you back? That's the important part.
Katie, how long does it take to walk to town?
Maybe 25 minutes at most.
Okay, so midway between midday and sundown.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Sometime in the afternoon. If the sun's starting to set and you're not back, assume the worst. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Make a mark outside the area as well, so you know like where that entrance is, and don't forget.
I'm going to also approach Aces on the matter. I'm sure that she knows where more entrances are and how to track them.
And you should likely let the people in the infirmary in particular know.
Yes, that is a high priority. Good luck, you two.
Stay safe.
You
I mean
as
it.
well.
Yeah. I'm so curious now. Damn it, this is really sparking the demand.
Alexandria, can you please come out?
Big pop out.
You stay safe as well, Alexandria. I mean that one too. All right, we're going.
We're going to need protection. Or at least, we might.
Yeah.
Always use protection.
Oh, and you should probably check to see if the town has anyone who's skilled enough in case what we do, quote unquote, angers the hive.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
If you see anything that looks like a hive, try not to poke it.
We won't. Just prepare for the scenario.
Will do.
Look, but don't touch. All right.
I'm good at that.
Yes, Varry, and we're going to have to deal with touch, but don't look, in the form of me extracting blood from your arm.
Oh yeah, you should do that like right now while like it's perfect. Like
I do have my vials on me.
Okay,
It'll
and
take more than a moment.
Okay, cool.
And she does have one that just basically is designed to go intravenous because it's that's how she gets
her own blood for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she can just do
Hey,
that.
yeah, you're actually perfect for this kind of thing. So,
Literally,
you know
I'm
what?
perfect for this kind of thing.
My blood is in your hands.
Let's see how much blood I can get out of Funky Varry arm. And, like, if I can watch the infection
Fucking
move
go
out.
crazy.
Howlite's going to be observing this very closely.
If you could actually get all of it out, I'd be in great debt to you.
That would be preferable. We'll see how much I can do. It seems
Alright,
very
cool.
thick.
When I was going berserk, you said I was drooling something?
Yes,
Something not right, something viscous.
a saliva that acted very much like honey. Upon burning it, I discovered that the saliva emitted a soft blue gas, a gas of which I have collected here. However, the magical properties dissipated almost immediately. I could not trace them. It is my assumption that those magical properties led back here,
Yep.
and that it was sucking your magic from you.
Hey, Kat, do I have to do a constitution save because she's cutting me?
Yes, please.
Don't be squeam.
Get a little squeamish. So once you draw the blood, it is no longer glowing like it was inside of Varry.
Okay.
Seems like normal blood as far as you can tell at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely do tests to figure out if there was anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
Though I don't recommend doing that in the ethereal plane.
That's not what I'm gonna do. Interesting.
You're very skilled at pricking.
Well, it's lost its glow. I'm gonna take this blood vial and yeah, let's try and find an exit.
I'll give you one too.
Can I see?
Eyes open.
It's pretty easy. Now that you're closer to town, you are seeing more rifts.
Okay.
We should be careful which one we pick.
What do you suppose we should pick?
One that's like somewhere near to like a tree we can duck behind or get up in. I haven't detected anyone following us yet in here, but if while we're in here, those who are bitten, including you and I, are connected to the rest of the wasps or the bees, and those bees or wasps or whatever are connected to the person who's orchestrating all of this, they know that we were in here and they've probably heard us talking.
All right.
So we just gotta be careful from now on, okay? Varry's going to look for a rift that's like by like a tree or some shrubs or something that she could quickly dive into and hide in.
Yeah, sure. It's not hard. Kind of as you get like just into the edge of town, you find a fairly sizable rift that's like just behind him.
I combat roll.
Oh my
You
god.
can't-
So stealthy. So cool.
I'm gonna walk out normally.
What are you doing?
Exiting the ethereal plane and setting up my alchemy station. Hold still.
Okay, can you go deeper into the woods? I still want to find a place to put the shrine. You can set up your alchemy stuff there, can't you?
The shrine is not important anymore.
You're just saying that.
No, this takes precedence. After we've made sure no one's going to be killed or have their magic sucked, then we can set up the shrine.
I see your point. Nothing's happened yet, but our venture through that plane may have spurred something into action.
If a horde of wasps from the ethereal plane starts attacking the etherbound here, we need to let them know when and why and how. Can you go into town while I'm studying this and tell Asus? Please, Varry, this is important.
Asus, can I tell like Sarah first?
Both of them need to know. Get them to spread the word around town. Sure everyone
Okay,
stays
but you
safe.
know that I'm the first one I'm catching up to speed is the one who's actually out there doing stuff.
If that's what fits you, so be it.
They may be in direct line of whatever risk is upon us. Yes. Okay, I'm going to Sarah.
All right. Stay safe. I'll be here.
You too. Just gonna stick here?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to try and figure this out as quick as I can.
Alright. I'll keep an eye out for the others.
All right.
Alright. I'll set off towards town.
Yeah, this place feels great.
It is very interesting. It's extremely similar to the material plane, but different.
Right? It's so
Alexandria, how do you feel?
More solid.
That makes sense.
solid.
Normally very chilly.
That's so interesting.
But here it's solid.
Huh.
I haven't felt solid in a long time.
That's true.
Eh. You know, that's a question for a different day. I'm very curious on that. I'm just glad that this place doesn't play bad with my whole thing.
It makes sense that it doesn't, but I could see where your worry would stem from.
Yeah, I never did try going to other planes of existence to try to cure it, though. Now this just adds more questions to the thing.
The ethereal plane is very much the easiest plane to get to when you're not a very powerful being, so it makes sense that this would be the first time.
Yeah, I also again, hell yeah, that I was most likely right on the whole, kind of like the place over yonder.
Yes, you were.
But that also raises the question then, is this some sort of artifact going out of whack again, like the orb? And we find that, then we can solve the issue easy, or is it not as easy because it's a living being that was created or such?
I'm far more interested in this scenario given that this requires a lot more thought and effort than simply accidentally turning on a magic item.
Very true, very true. However, what if it's like you wizards have like fail safes and whatnot, right? After so many years goes by, or like one thing happens, a specific spell or whatever could activate.
Many wizards are paranoid like that, yes.
So couldn't this also be like somebody tripped the wrong thing, which caused a defense mechanism or something like that to possibly happen, which was something that was kept in shoot, what's the word? It's like when it's like alive but dead. You know, that kind of like state.
Stasis.
Yeah, that.
It could be, but
they're also
this seems far too purposeful.
also like really modified, like you said, so that's also really weird but interesting. Oh, I wish I was bigger, then I could put the guy on the ground and ask for fucking.
This
Why
is
would you put someone in the ground?
Oh, sorry. People start to get a little bit forceful or be a little bit of a jerk. I tend to just bury them in the sand, except for their heads. Makes it so much easier to deal with them because with that they can only do somatic components, and it's easy to just kind of kick sand in their mouth, and so they can't do any verbal components after that.
effective.
Yeah, I don't.
Simple,
I
but
I thought you were
effective.
going to say kill them.
Oh, gods, no. I don't kill unless they're, like, really, really bad.
He's a brass dragon.
I kidnap, don't kill.
Yes, and even then, the word kidnap in common doesn't exactly translate the best to the word that you're using in Draconic, I'm sure.
Oh, no, it definitely doesn't. But it's a lot more fucking hilarious to see people's reactions when they go, "You kidnap people?"
Yes, when the far more appropriate phrase would be, keeping them for tea.
Oh, yeah. Unless they,
You guys were heading back towards town, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry. We just have to keep going that way.
Looking out for suspicious things.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so you would have to go past the apiaries to
True.
I'm so curious what those are going to look like.
I think we should look at those from a distance.
Oh, definitely. A safe distance.
Yeah.
but are you going to look?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you probably feel thankful that you're looking at them from a distance because you can see them from a mile away. They are glowing brightly like Varry's wound was, but there is this kind of dull, rhythmic, like beating glow that comes from all the hives.
Well, it looks
Very
like
slow, like something large breathing.
cool. That looks like a. Oh God, the best way I could describe it is like a heartbeat.
That is an apt description.
Very faintly. It's this low, buzzing hum, but if you listen closer, it's not a hum. It's thousands of tiny voices.
Interesting.
Oh, what you got, boss man?
If you listen very closely, there's a buzz that isn't a buzz. I suppose it isn't because they were bit. Though they were able to hear it better.
I mean, it's possible that they were made into like a catalyst, possibly. Hang on a sec. Looking over, can we see any of the people in the material plane right now? Are there any of their outlines or shapes?
You could see the outlines of them. You would not be able to make out who they are, but you can see on the faintest, like, edges of them, like, shimmering light coming off of, like, the outline.
Yeah, because my thought was
We have the potion effect in Minecraft that lets you see people through walls.
It is the glowing potion effect, you are correct.
my thought was just staring at them for a moment. Do any of the people working on the apiaries have any like marks similar to what Varry had on her bite? My thought is since we're in this
Yes.
other plane. Oh, great. Okay.
2 of them would. There
Okay.
are 7 that you can see. 2 of them have previous wounds. The rest are clean.
I'm gonna commit that to memory.
Interesting.
Exactly which hive those ones that have the bite like things and whatnot. Specific time, etc. That's going in the vault.
All right, now I say we go around the apiaries and find the town.
Stay a nice safe distance where we can just barely hear that thing. And
Yeah.
okay, so this makes me really wonder, Celsus. Like, we could hear that only because we were this close. She could hear it whenever she said a specific word.
I did hear the word mother, which makes me think it's possible that simply because she said it, it got louder.
Possibly, but
Or at least that she noticed it.
maybe this is gonna sound crazy, but what if your detect thoughts thing, right? You can
Mhm.
only sense one thought. What if someone found a way
Mm.
to like sort of amplify that sort of spell and was using people that have been bit as an amplifier?
Intriguing.
And maybe that's the only reason she could hear it. She's being used as a sort of a sort of
She's part of the spell.
yeah, she's part of the spell that could be used to call forth this mother.
I don't think the details are correct, but I do agree that she might be part of the spell now.
Yeah. Or at least a beacon.
Perhaps it's drawing on them.
Yeah. Also, like, now that we're further away, you can't hear the whispers anymore, right?
Can I?
Make me a perception check.
I can do that.
What if you say the M word?
Other? Nothing.
Okay, see, the fact that you can't hear it, we were definitely further away from the apiary when she said she could hear it. So that, I think,
Yes.
just sort of,
Much further.
yeah, I think that might put some merit into the theory of her being connected to, at the bare minimum, those bee wasp things.
Mm-hmm.
At least we're getting closer to the town. I'm very curious what some of the others are going to look like, especially that girl's mom. It's kind of ironic that Asus's mother is the one that is unconscious and has not woken up yet. That still makes me think she is the prime carrier. The one that is
Perhaps.
germinating this fucking weird-ass big mother wasp.
That is a possibility.
I pick up a tiny, pebble or such from the ground and I just toss it gently in front of where this guy is. Waiting to
He
see if
doesn't
there's any
react.
reaction. Damn, no reaction. I'm also, kind of surprised we don't see any, weird glowing shit in town. I'm so glad, no one ever asked me to do, detect magic or whatever. I feel like I would have gone blind.
Detect magic is not advisable.
That makes sense. Wait, so what happens if I try to, go through this physical thing right here? Would I pass through, or would I, meet resistance?
That's a question that I need to ask Katie the answer to. Yep.
You would meet resistance.
There will be resistance, yes.
Oh, that's so cool. So certain things keep certain properties.
Yes, they do.
Oh, this is making me so happy with the things and the knowledge and the learning. Oh, it's like being home again.
I did not expect to be going to the ethereal plane today, and it has made the day far more interesting.
Oh, wait, while we're here, shouldn't we also, try to see if we can't find any of those ripples to exit or enter?
Oh, you're correct.
Damn right,
I say
I'm
we
correct.
look for
I'm
them.
also extremely right. I give him a bardic inspiration. Because he feels so vindicated right now. Where he just snaps his fingers, he's like, oh yeah.
Time to look at the sick people.
This is not the infirmary. The infirmary.
I know, but I want to go to the infirmary and find the sick people at some point.
I'm keeping my eye on you, moving tent. Fucking tent mimic out here.
There's a reason why most live on the material plane and not the ethereal plane.
Because there's no food here.
Oh, hey.
That's a story for another time.
You guys would notice, since you are in the ethereal plane.
I'm stopping here on purpose.
All of these people have much more widespread of that red glowing stuff in them, all of which is concentrated from the elbows up. Much of which, especially those that are unconscious, it's more congregated around their heads. If you look more closely, do you want to give me investigation or perception?
Yeah.
In the more recent ones, so the one by the door and the ones that are recovering, towards the back, it's mostly congregated around their mouth and jaw.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if you look at Vega, it is primarily, all around her head, with a few veins going down her arms.
How intriguing.
I have a weird thought, right? The spell magic and whatnot didn't work that well in the prime material plane. What would happen if we tried to use it here, where that essence is more prevalent?
It is possible we would get a better result.
Yeah. So Varry, she'll come into the tent, look around, look to see Sarah.
There is there taking care of
people.
the fucked up people.
There you are.
Hello.
Hi. I dropped by because I wanted to help a bit.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's fine by you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. Has anybody been giving you much trouble? I can do what I can to make sure they're soothed. Are you the only one who's here most of the time?
I am the primary healer.
Okay, because I'm looking around and I'm not seeing any assistance anywhere.
She looks specifically Oh, that is not the ruler pool. She looks specifically like over here at this person who's still unconscious and this one.
I get it. Hey, that's actually something I was meaning to ask you before. Have you ever gotten bit? Like, have you ever experienced this affliction yourself?
Oh, I haven't been so unlive.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. I was actually hoping to ask you something about that. Do you keep a log of sorts of everyone who comes through here, everyone who you need to treat?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind finding that for me, real quick? I wanted to go around and ask everyone who has gotten back on their feet if they recall hearing any voices saying any particular words.
You?
Yes. Yes, I have. Is there... I don't want to leave all these people unattended. Say, I'm going to be gone real quick, but I'll be back. I'll be bringing Aces here. We need to have a conversation. It's important.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
A quick thing before we do anything, I think we should try to see if there's any gateways near the tent.
Definitely.
I can go look.
Yes, please do.
Gonna say, shouldn't we all go look
You
a
make
little?
investigation for Alexandria. At this point, they've healed, and the magical signature is so overlapped in the ethereal plane that you can't find a source.
A question for another time. Celsus is gonna go to one of the people who has, like, the least looking. I'm assuming you don't have a specific person. Let's just say this guy.
That guy, sure. Yeah.
And Celsus is literally just going to try something of... He holds his hand in front of their face and then just snap, snap.
No reaction.
Okay.
Celsus, come here real quick. I want to try something, and if this goes poorly, I need you to pull me.
Alright.
I'm gonna try to put my hand on Vega's hand.
You're just putting your hand on Vega's hand?
Yeah.
You put your hand on Vega's hand. It feels warm.
See what happens if I do this.
Not necessarily like a physical tug, more like the magic tugs you closer a little bit before it snaps. And you see the guy's form sit up immediately. The red doesn't vanish, but it does fade. Just a little bit.
Oh.
That is promising.
Holy fuck, that worked! I
Well
felt
done.
like I felt like a how to really describe it? Like, you know how like you're always connected to your magic and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like there was a connection, a tug, and then just a snap.
So if I look at the guy, are his eyes open?
Yes.
Is anybody home?
Make me a perception check.
I can, in fact, do that. Very
I
well, but...
I don't think that will save you either.
The ethereal
Yeah.
plane makes it hard to distinguish details.
Yeah, you're right.
He's just sitting there.
Does she look
Okay.
startled? Is my question.
He looks very startled. She's kind of leaning on the table, like clearly like jump scared.
Perhaps you should use one of your sendings on her to let her know that everything's alright. You could also relay more information so that when Varry arrives again, she can deliver it.
I feel like for that one I shouldn't. I only have 2 more of that level left. If Alexandria can find anything anytime soon before Varry gets back, which that's gonna take
That's
a few
true.
minutes, I can easily scamper out and in.
Alexandria, have you found anything? That's alright.
But is she just like town hall area, I'm guessing?
Yeah. She's
Alright.
in the town hall, kind of in like the big central room.
Guards out front? She'll approach them first and be like, hey, Am I intruding?
Miss Ace are meeting with some of the elders.
I'm sorry, who?
Elders?
The elders. Oh,
Our
her
mother's
advisors. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm sorry, but when I can't exactly wait. Can you notify her for me that her presence is required at the medical tent now?
Sure.
Okay.
This guy seems
you.
just very tired.
Thank you.
He
And
goes into the room.
yes,
Are you
continue.
going to
Var's going
leave
to
before-
wait outside to make sure that she's actually coming.
The guy comes back out a minute later, and then a minute after that, a couple older, a few older men and women walk out.
If Varry has to wait any longer than a minute, she's going in there.
It's maybe like a minute and a half, and you see
That's too
you
long.
barge into the room, and Aces is there packing up her stuff, and she looks up. What? I was coming.
All right. Just want to know what's taking you so long and who these people were.
They're my advisors.
All right. Come on. Get the lead out.
Tell me your shit.
I wanted to bring you to the medical tents because there's something that I need to debrief you on, you and Sarah.
Okay. I'm coming. We can walk and talk.
Okay.
I will follow you to the medical tent.
First things first, before we get there. Have you yourself been afflicted? Bit, stung, or otherwise?
Not to my awareness.
You should be pretty aware of this kind of thing. Not to your awareness, as in, is there something that you might not be remembering?
Not to my awareness, as in, I don't think I have, and nobody has told me that I have been.
Okay, you'd
So
probably
not.
Yeah, you'd probably notice it. Yeah, okay.
Why?
I'll explain it all when we get there.
Sarah is actually over here looking at this man who is still sitting up straight as a bolt.
What happened?
I don't know.
Here,
I've never seen this happen.
Aces is out front. I think this might need our attention real quick. I'll go tell her.
Okay, so has she found a portal out yet? Should we go help her?
Has she found one?
Hold on. He's walking around. Can you roll me another investigation check for Alexandria?
I can indeed. One.
There's nothing.
Oh.
Alright. Do you think I should take a look?
Check the well.
Check the well? You're gonna get wet.
Tell me something new.
You're gonna catch a cold.
Oh god, I wouldn't want that. That's a pain. Like, do you know how shitty it is to get a cold?
Do I see
Where's
anything?
Sarah Varry?
She's currently tending to somebody right now, but
Why can't I just come in? Oh, you know what? Fuck it.
because it is a
I'm
conversation
coming in.
that we cannot have.
Why
Aces,
not?
stop. Come back out here.
No.
Listen to me. Patience, please.
Yes, there are patients here. Sarah.
Your patience, an ounce of it would be nice.
Katie, is it in the well?
It's not in the well. There is
Okay.
just water in the well.
Is it by the well?
Yes.
There's
It
one
would be,
by the well.
Here.
Hey, I think that's Asus, isn't it? It's hard to tell. They're wearing clothes.
Wait, there's one by the well.
I'm not sure if this is two ways or not.
Oh, nice. Wonder what would happen if he went through it while you're still here.
I don't know what would happen.
I'm kind of curious. Can you talk to him right now? You should tell him to try going through and see what happens to you.
Maria wants you to go through to see what happens to me.
No harm. Celsus goes in.
Let me unturn you blue.
Oh no, he's not Sansed anymore.
Celsus walks through.
Alexandria is forced through the ethereal plane.
Darn it!
So Alexandria just appears.
Yes.
Darn it, that could-
Sarah looks even more confused. What is happening? I
Celsus,
have no
Celsus,
idea.
Celsus, Celsus.
Hello.
Don't go in there.
There's a portal by the well.
Okay, good to know, but don't go in there. Come here. listen.
Alexandria's in there.
Okay, fine, but listen to me.
Hmm.
Asus just came from a meeting with her advisors. I don't think we can trust them.
You don't think we can trust anyone?
Okay, but help me look around. We need to make sure that we weren't followed.
I'm at least going to tell Alexandria to tell them that the reason there's a patient sitting up and that she got frightened was
That was you guys?
Yes, it was.
What the fuck? How do you do that?
Uryte has seemingly discovered a way to start making the veins disappear.
There we go. Alright, noted. Cool. Then, in that case...
Hello.
Hey, look who showed up.
Where are you all coming from?
Funny story, actually. You should come outside and have us tell you it.
Why?
Don't worry about the patient. That was just them. He should probably settle back down soon.
What do you mean that was them? Who?
Varry's gonna come over to the bedside and see if she can do anything. Try to coax him back into laying down. Whether it's be
You
like
can just
through,
push
like,
him down.
Now that I'm here,
We'll
can
just
I
go back
see
down.
if anyone's home?
Yeah.
There are no lights on.
No lights
There
on.
are negative lights on.
All right, got it.
Don't worry about him. He's fine. Come with me.
What do you mean he's fine?
Come with me. Come with me.
We
Outside. Yes.
we will explain, but we'll explain in detail. The short version is we're doing something that is seeming to help cure him.
The short version is we can't have you inside of this tent while we are giving this explanation, so we need you outside now.
I'm not going to just abandon my post.
We will be nearby. It is all right. We just need to be out of
Alexandria,
earshot.
Can you stay in and monitor them?
I can do that.
Thank you. She has training in this sort of environment,
I guess.
and she will immediately tell me if there's anything amiss, and I will tell you.
Thank God. Okay, you're actually out here. We stumbled upon a tear into the ethereal plane, and upon entering, we discovered that those who have become afflicted are still, even if they've gotten better, even if they are up and walking, there is still some residual tincture within their bodies.
It's actually quite obvious when you're on the plane, but
I saw it with my own eyes. My bite mark, it still had glowing energies around it. Thankfully, I had Howlite around to extract the residual elixir that was left in my shoulder. But what that means, here's the worrying part. There have been claims that the afflicted are hearing voices. When I was in the ethereal plane, I heard voices. Even though I was up and walking around, even though I'd been returned to my old self, there was still a connection.
this is a notable thing that I should say as well. While me and Uryte were there, and then Celsus kind of turns to the other two, we stayed in to come see what the town looked like on the other side.
Oh yeah, what'd you guys find?
The
More glowing shit?
beehives. The beehives are all glowing very much, and when we got close enough to the apiaries, I could also hear it.
Hearing it coming from the actual creatures themselves?
Coming from the apiaries in general.
The hives, okay.
I heard, as Uryte has started calling it to not say it, the M word.
Starts with an M, ends with an R.
Matriarch,
Motherfucker.
except the more common use word. Do you both understand?
The significance, maybe?
Why?
We're not.
Do you know the significance that that word has within a certain organization around here?
You're being really vague.
Okay, if it's not ringing any bells, then don't worry about it, or do worry about it.
I think if I worry about it, given you existing here, I might just have an aneurysm.
Mm-hmm.
You're all very lovely people.
Oh, yes. One of the more alarming things is, well, I've discovered what the wasps are.
Oh yes, tell them. So, are you familiar with phase wasps? Or is that were they called that? Were they called something else?
That's their common term usage, yes. It gets the point across.
Because if you aren't
Like
familiar with them, they
phase
haven't been around
spiders?
for years and years and years, yeah.
Yes, they were extinct. Were.
Someone's
Now
brought
they're
them
not,
back.
apparently.
Someone's brought them
That's-
back and they're different. Phase wasps never did any of this. They were always
Can
just...
I get a word in, you fucking snake? We know about the tears. We use the tears quite frequently.
Lovely.
Mhm.
We know of phase spiders, but we've never heard of phase wasps.
Reasonably.
Why would somebody want to bring back phased wasps?
We've no idea. But, it is something that would not be an easy feat.
Celsus, do we tell her about Lemstead?
I believe we've mentioned Lemstead before, but
I think she should probably know that we've come across incredibly anomalous things like this in the past. Things that have no place just being out and about. But here they are, clear results of some extremely powerful meddling with the forces of nature.
yes, it's
Because
a
it could easily be that, or it could be my thing.
But in terms of the good news, Celsus kind of looks back in the tent towards the guy who sat up. While we were in the ethereal plane, first of all, everyone here motions to the tent where all the patients are and all that. Their veins are extremely red, mostly in the chest and upper arms region and the jaw. But while we were there, we theorized because we were closer to the actual source on the ethereal plane, Uryte, using Dispel Magic, did do something to the one who sat up, and his started to fade. Not completely, but somewhat.
It survived being dispelled? Even a portion of it survived?
It did. And it was a very effective dispelling as well.
As per your judgment, yeah, I'll believe you on that one.
Which is both concerning and a good sign, because it proves that it can be mitigated a bit more.
Asus, what have your advisors been telling you to do?
They've been telling me to try to keep things as normal as possible while also protecting the town.
Have they given you any tips on maybe remedies that you could pursue?
I mean, my head council,
Mm-hmm.
her old title, has been pursuing remedies, as I told you. Nothing has particularly come of it.
And
We're just
nobody...
mostly trying to mitigate the damage to ourselves over finding a cure.
And nobody on this council of the Upnups of the Aetherbound have brought up the idea of checking the ethereal plane.
We sealed off as many rifts as we could
Why?
because those who went in near the apiaries are the ones that are still unconscious, like my mother.
There's a chance that this affliction is draining their mana from their bodies.
That would have been good information to know.
Kind of confidential. You guys are outsiders.
I know.
Fair enough.
We don't really necessarily share our insights as to how we get to the ethereal plane to just anyone.
Well,
Fair enough.
lucky for you guys, we found a way in accidentally.
Wow, who'd have thought that? Yeah, that's not good. That means more tears are forming.
There's one by the well.
Oh,
Do we need to go take care of that? Is anybody still in?
Uryte is still on the other side.
Okay. But what I'm getting at is assess things, Asus. What happened to Vega? Can you tell me that?
I don't know the details.
Does anybody know the details aside from
The most
Sarah?
details that I know and that Sarah knows, because she was the one who helped me drag them out of the ethereal plane, was... We're gonna stop running around like a chihuahua?
I looked up at Uryte and Alexandria, and Richard was just taking Uryte and just going like this.
He's a chihuahua. Me and Sarah dragged them out of the ethereal plane. They got out to the apiaries, and then were in a rush back.
Mm-hmm.
Got about 30 feet from the closest rift, and went unconscious.
Just rift. Why were you using the rifts? Do you know?
I would have had to ask my mother.
Okay.
She had a theory going, but I don't have any of her notes. Because I don't know what happened to them. They're probably still in the apiaries, in the ethereal plane.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
Is there any
Whoa,
way
you would have thought.
Yep, okay. But here's my point. Everything surrounding Vega's condition right now, it's starting to trip my too many coincidences to not have been targeted somehow trigger.
As a note, Vega is the worst person in there in terms of condition.
I know that at the stage at which she was afflicted, that you hadn't been taking as many precautions as you are now. However, there is still a constant. If you were dealing with angry bees, bees do still sting.
Yes, and they went in with protection. We didn't think that they would be on the fucking ethereal.
Hmm.
We had only experienced them on the material plane, so we thought we could get a better look if we went through the ethereal.
So that's why you stopped using the ethereal.
Because yeah, the worst outcome came from the ethereal plane, so we started stitching them back up.
Celsus, were you boys accosted at all while you were in there?
Not particularly, but we also did not... We elected to not go near the apiaries.
Fair enough.
We kept a very safe distance, around 150 feet, roughly.
Anyway, Asus, you need to be careful who you share this stuff with. If everyone who has been afflicted currently and in the past, yes, but with this stuff at this meeting currently, everyone who's been afflicted is still connected to the one behind all of this. Everyone who has been bitten carries with them residual tincture that is connecting them to the minds of the hives, to the minds of...
So I should really
presumably
stop talking
who's...
to you.
I reiterate, my friend Howlite extracted the rest of the elixir from my body. She is... I am not
The redness
sure
did
if you
not
are
fade
aware.
completely, Varry, when that happened.
It did not fade completely?
No.
Fuck. Alright, well, she's still going to say... She's from the north. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Bloodhunter tribes. I believe it's... I believe she told us a bit about them in the past, right? She did her best, but she's still working on something. She knows her way around blood magics, and she's a skilled alchemist. If anyone's going to be coming to a solution, it's her.
I appreciate the knowledge, but I don't know what we can do with it at the moment.
What you said to me is right. She was able to get most of it out, but there is still some residual. Did I stop hearing the voices after she cut me open?
They fade
Did they
pretty
fade?
quickly after, like, you didn't hear them very long initially. Like, you heard them when you were talking about Mother, and then you heard them again when you cast on Howlite. But they, again, faded pretty quickly.
So the word that we shall not speak is what sort of tripped off my presence in the beginning, I guess, when we were in the ethereal plane.
Okay.
Sounds to me like everyone who has been bitten, stung, or otherwise is ready to, again, I don't want to cause a panic, but they may be ready to go berserk at a moment's notice, at the drop of a command.
That is frightening.
Very frightening.
As a note,
I'm
they
worried for your
could
safety,
also-
honestly, Sarah. I believe we need to start allocating more guards, more people to be around these tents, keeping an eye on the patients and anybody who comes by.
As a note, they could also not. We're simply preparing for the worst.
Celsus,
Yes.
whoever's behind all of this was aware we were in the ethereal plane.
That's likely. Or at least we should go with that assumption.
I'm going with that assumption. I was hearing the voices
Yes.
again.
As said, it's good that we are doing this, but none of this is certain information, and this could change given new information. But it's best to proceed with the worst case scenario in mind.
We will wait and we will see what happens throughout the evening, but I fear for the worst. I'm not ashamed of saying it. Asus,
I believe that's most of the information.
because I have you out here, I am also not afraid to fill you in on that we are planning on trying to reach out and make contact with your mother at some point, whether it be this evening or a future evening. I won't bore you with the details on how, but just know that that's what we're trying to do. If we are able to clear up some of the weird stuff around the happenings, around the events of the initial incidents that led to her condition, we'll be quick to fill you in.
Alright. I should probably come with you.
Yeah, that can be arranged.
Just tell me when.
Okay. Keep an eye out for us. We may be around the medical tents again tonight. If we don't see you around, I'll probably come to get you.
Oh, quick question. Are the tears in the ethereal plane two-way?
Most are.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can go in the one by the well and tell Uryte. Can I go through?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not going
Alexandria
to make you
pops
blue.
back onto the ethereal
Yeah,
plane.
she pops back onto the ethereal plane.
She would just see Uryte that's sitting on the bed, like after a bit of
Uryte.
like poking her. He's just been sitting on the bed next to Vega, just kind of like, oh yeah, your daughter's been like doing the best she can. Like, it looks like she's going through a lot of stress. And
Oh, that's nice, actually.
oh shit, yeah, hey, what's up, Alexandria? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I've just been sitting here after a while. Did you ever feel me poking you?
No.
Damn. Yeah, I've been sitting over here for a little bit, kind of just talking to Vega, and really just talking Ed, I guess I should say.
The tear by the well is two-way.
Ah, that's good. By the way, Alexandria, oh wait, you already knew this. She literally can talk to you, apparently, mentally.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep sitting here until something happens, probably. Anything new and exciting that I should know about?
Alright, so you're on the watch, I suppose.
Oh yeah, for now.
I will inform them. Hello. Uryte is still in there, watching the patients and making sure nothing strange happens on the ethereal plane. He will be there for a bit longer.
Now, I don't intend on prying much, but I am rather curious to see how you open and close these things in the first place. Is it okay if I stay and watch?
A rift?
Yes.
It would probably be best to keep the one by the well open.
Listen,
for
Asus,
now.
you can tell me to fuck off if this is like Aetherbound Secrets.
It's Aetherbound Secrets. Fuck off.
Thank you.
I'm going back to my meetings because I
Okay.
have people to talk to. What are we going to do without the honey?
Hey, and don't forget to send somebody out to help Sarah. I'm not sure if you were aware, but currently both of her assistants are out.
I know. Her third one is out too.
Shh.
That's
I wish I
because
could say
it's
to help.
me.
I wish I could say to help you, Sarah. Really could, but I've got to get things prepared for tonight.
Perhaps Uryte can try what he did to them on you as well.
Bad idea. That's kinda, not letting him do that.
Fair enough. Celsus looks at her arm.
It's like, you remember.
Yeah, he remembers.
Do it in a weird way in the sense of I close my eyes before I cast it, and when I finish casting, I try to make it to where my eyes only focus on the specific magic signature of the wasps and bees, or wasps and the blood, so I don't get blinded. Possibly, probably not.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Here it is. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Ah, that's dangerous.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You feel something prick the back of your neck.
Uh-oh.
They did come over here.
You're fine for now.
You fool.
So you reach around and you feel a stinger in your neck.
I immediately turn around and look. Is there any?
You see nothing at first, and then you kind of notice it up above your eyesight. There are several of those wasps flying around in the ethereal.
Uh-oh.
I wonder how long those have been there.
Hmm.
More specifically, they're circling over Vega.
You know, I was gonna say, you probably shouldn't sit at Vega, specifically.
I was trying to be nice. None of them follow me out, do any of them?
No.
I think I'm from this side or the other side.
You'll figure it out.
Hey, it's this side. Danger! 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 Oh,
Yes,
it's there.
Uryte?
Danger!
Uryte, we really do not need this right now. You can tell us what the problem is in a calm, collected manner.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking horde of them above Vega.
Oh, you were being accosted. Celsus just wasn't there for it. I see.
Yeah, I also got pricked in the back of the neck, but I'm fine for now.
Seriously?
You make a whiz save?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Can you at least let us take a look at it? Because when I was bit, I felt fine for a while as well.
Hang on a second. Here you go, Celsus. Toss Celsus the little thing that was in the neck.
Sarah.
He catches it.
Sarah.
With his mage hand.
Sarah.
Is just looking at Uryte intently.
Get a bed prepared.
Literally just walked in.
I think he's just heading to it himself. Okay.
Can Alexandria tie him?
Why am I tying you down, Uryte?
Because I got
He got
pricked.
stung. He got stung.
I might feel fine for the moment, but
You remember what happened to me?
Gag me.
You make another whiz save?
Yeah. That's not good.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, you start to feel it set in. It's a big, like, boom over, like, your brain. Like, your ears pop and, like, it sets in. And Alexandria and Varry would see him start to salivate. A lot.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. You done on your side? I got mine.
Hey, Uryte.
Hi.
You make me a strength check.
Strength check?
Strength check. As Alexandria is trying to gag Uryte, he does get one spell off.
Oh no, what
boy.
spell are you getting made?
Yo.
Okay, you both say, what does this do? As he spits and, like, whispers try to invade Alexandria and Varry's mind, but you shake him off.
5 psychic damage, you said?
You can feel your body moving and like wrenching against the restraints, and you can feel the saliva starting to drip down your neck as the gag is placed in your mouth. Oh my god. Oh no.
Let me see what I have to help.
Just like ba-boom, ba-boom, you just hear your heartbeat, but it's so slow.
Oh god.
And you would also hear buzzing. Very quiet buzzing.
I would say he would look around, but he can't really look around. I don't think.
I don't think your head is bound.
Uh,
But you also aren't in control of your body.
yeah, which is why, like, I don't think he really can look around.
I can stab him.
No, no.
No.
Uryte, if you're hearing this, forgive her, please.
Oh, no.
No, Alexandria, don't try and read him.
He could hear
I
me.
was mostly just thinking for damage. And maybe knock him out of it.
That might be effective.
No, he'll settle down. I just don't have my healing prayer prepped. Sorry, I didn't think I needed today. However, I could just try giving him a lesser restoration, see if that soothes some of the effects.
True.
Lesser restoration seems to soothe them. It doesn't take them out of it.
I didn't assume it would. I assumed that you guys had already tried all of that stuff. But,
I was just telling you what would happen.
yeah, but, you know, helping out a friend. Oh, lesser restoration. Huh? Maybe this can reduce his timer a bit.
Thrashing.
Besides, a man of his reputation shouldn't be seen like this. I've done my part ruining his reputation. I might as well help repair a bit of it as well.
Alright, well, we are temporarily down a person.
Do you want to go have a meeting out in the woods, Celsus? We can see if Howlite's still busy. We can go out, just you, me, her, maybe. Have a little meeting out in the woods. We can talk about things while I get everything prepared.
I feel like someone else should stay with Sarah.
Yeah. Sure, man.
This is a rather dangerous situation, and she is the last person, if I'm not mistaken, that is proficient at, well, dealing with the patients.
I'm the last healer.
Okay, well, Celsus, the invitation is still there. If things seem
Noted.
like they're smooth going for the rest of the day, and yeah, don't be afraid to come out and
Alright.
check things out. Check what I'm setting up.
Indeed. If you're not back by sundown, I'll come looking.
All right.
Varry and Celsus, before Varry leaves, can you both make me perception checks? Wonderful. Celsus, you notice this as Varry's leaving. There's a buzzing in the air.
Oh no.
You mean like there's
wings.
bees in the air?
Thousands
Like
of
there's
little
bees around.
wings. Yes, there are bees.
Bees.
If I look
I don't see
around,
anything.
are there bees?
Where do you look?
Around?
If you look up, there are about a dozen fairly large of the phaser wasps.
I could just hold Hand of Radiance until they get close.
You seriously acidify and melt several ones,
Okay, yeah.
and they are now extremely angry. Roll me initiative.
Thunder wave, except it's not thunder, it's cold.
They do not save.
There's a whole lot of bugs in here, Celsus. A whole lot of bugs. Wait, do you think?
Yes, there are.
Do you think any of them are mine?
What?
Like, look, forget it.
Do I actually have anything I think I can use right now? From my bard and just say, I think you need to keep them in, hemmed in a little more, and I'm gonna cast Wind Wall.
You know, I was trying to keep it on the down low, but leave it to a bard, of course, a nosy bard, to figure out that things were up. Though I guess I can't be one to complain. Nice timing.
This is definitely not the time to complain.
I always know how to make an entrance. Now make sure you make yours more impactful.
This one is going to go up and around and go start swarming around Vega's head. This one's going to go up and around and start swarming on Uryte. And this one will go to Carlisle. Uryte, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Carlisle saves, but Vega and Uryte do not. And Vega fully just, snaps the restraints off and stands up.
Oh dear.
Shit. That's
Uryte is stuck.
Oh dear.
Alexander is able to kind of hold him still, but he is definitely sitting up and struggling against the restraints. He is not well held down. Why is he wiggling? Celsus? Sir?
We're dealing with it.
Sarah, do you think you could go around to the well, see if you can close that rift?
Can't. Rift?
You can't close a rift?
No.
Okay, well, help me out with Vega then.
Can close the rift.
Help me out with Vega then, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is use my bonus action, channel divinity, harness divine power. I'm going to use hold person on Asus. Or not Asus,
Vega?
I mean Vega. Fuck!
Weird
I'm going to
person.
use hold person on Vega.
Crit.
French toast. Sticks.
And I don't have silvery barbs. Or line of sight anyway.
Okay, bad
It
news, you
starts
guys.
to take hold.
It did
He
not
just
work.
shakes her head.
Guys, it didn't work. It really, So tell me, what exactly is your all-powerful leader really capable of? Are we about to find out in a second here? Because I do not want to, get fried by anything.
He's strong.
Yes, I gathered. Very strong. She was able to resist my hold person. I'm going to action surge,
Okay.
so I can take another action this turn. I'm going to go in there and go have to take care of those bugs pronto.
The swarm above Uryte looks lessened. I'm going to take care of that.
I'll keep
Alright.
the wind
Way he
wall up
doesn't
while I
break out.
can. It should keep the one farther away. You're gonna have to take care of Vega in the meantime.
I was afraid of that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I would like to cast Guiding Bolt on the swarm above Vega.
She's going to use her bonus action to rage.
On a positive note, she's not the one with the health bar we're trying to get rid of.
Yes, hello, Vega. Ow. I'll deal with you in a moment. I'm going to use Firebolt on the swarm above Uryte.
Well,
Okay.
It doesn't seem to do more. It just seems to fry all of them fry most of their brains. Varry, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw? 6 psychic damage.
Gah.
Huh.
I don't know what just happened because I'm on the other side of a tent.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate my Mantle of Inspiration. It seems like it is fire damage. Seems like it is fire damage, Mage Boy.
Noted.
And then I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out a glowing sword.
Swarm is going to phase out of existence.
I suppose Alexandria can start trying to get Vega back into bed.
Good luck.
Vega will not leave combat with Alexandria, but will put herself between Varry and Alexandria and take one shot at each of them.
All right, I guess I'm getting owned.
Yep, time to, the portal? That sounds interesting, at least.
I did
It'd make for a
point
good
to it,
song.
so...
Fantastic, I'm going through.
Here, you see these swarms flying off back towards the apiaries, or at least in that general direction. It is the logical conclusion.
How far away are they?
They've probably traveled... They're at the edge of the map. They've traveled maybe 40 feet. She's going to attempt to break the grapple. That is her entire action, though.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, she is going to pull at the silver chain necklace that has a small silver pair of scissors and do a sweeping motion with them.
Oh god.
Not hitting you, just slicing the air. And then she's going to step through that slice. This does provoke attack of opportunity.
Yes. I would like to attack her with opportunity with my reaction. Why, thank you.
She is partially stepped through some sort of portal.
No. Do not the portal. Please, whatever you do not the portal.
Her grip is just too tight. She's white knuckle, gripping these. Alexandria can't even get a single finger up.
Just fucking let go. Okay, I will continue dragging her back 15 feet. All right, thank you. You're being really cooperative, dear. But we gotta get you back to your bed now.
They do fall back against her chest because they're still in this chain.
Can I grab them and then just turn the necklace so it's on her back?
Sure.
That'll be harder to reach.
Giga brain.
I'll start picking up the
bees?
Picking up the bees and putting them in the
Or
bag.
the wasps. I keep saying
Wasps.
bees.
Don't mind me, I'm just off the map here.
It's okay. The bees are gone. Alexandria?
Watch it. She's gonna get bitey soon if we don't get her restrained. We're almost there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, while I'm dragging her along, I would like to spend another 5 feet of my movement to do bait and switch again with Alexandria.
Okay.
And I believe I can still have a hold on Vega while I'm doing that.
Sure. I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either.
You're just spending movement.
Yep, spending movement. Another superiority die coming on up. All right.
You are able to pin her down back into the bed. She's struggling, but she is in the bed again.
Easy does it. We are very, very proud of you, ma'am, that you decided to return to your bed. This time, don't break your restraints. We would be very happy for you.
Things start to calm down.
That was an ordeal.
Gee Willikers. I almost said someone's name I don't even know. Don't worry, there's no shame in it.
Hives.
It was just
it's gonna leave a pretty bad bruise. I can already see it.
Yes, but that I've gone through.
So then, you say you saw them returning back to the apiaries?
That's certainly where they were. Where the last hive that escaped was heading. Last swarm, not hive.
We need to go and get Asus now to make sure that those rifts are closed.
They don't go through them.
Don't go through them. Did they just
do
it
it
on
their own?
They're like phase
spiders. They can just do them on their own.
Okay, well, then why are we closing these things?
They likely didn't know it at the time.
For our safety?
I do have a question. Did the portal, just in general, did the portal she ripped open here close, or is it still just floating there, ominously?
It is still just floating there, ominously.
So,
give you a little visual.
So what do we do about this thing anyway?
Is Vega still struggling?
Yes.
Well.
Oh shit.
Can't just scissors.
I'm gonna go back to making sure that she's not putting too much stress on the restraints this time.
On a positive note, you went out to the well to check if there's anything in the ethereal realm anymore.
Oh yeah, really, really good news to have a rift in the middle of the medical ward.
Well, at least we can see it. So yes, you saw them return to the apiaries?
Yeah, I managed to catch a few of them, but
Really?
hopefully they stay in there. She glances down at her bag.
Elaborate, explain.
Sleep spell plus a bag of holding. I'm hoping that the extra dimensional space means they can't actually phase out of it.
Okay. Fiora?
Well, at least they won't be able. Hopefully, they won't be able to phase out of it before they die of no oxygen.
Okay, if they're still alive, Fiora, a friend of mine is residing in the woods to the north of here, currently working on trying to figure out some sort of remedy for this affliction. If you could be so kind to take those last specimens to her, I think I would be in your debt and everyone else here in this town.
Alive is a stretch. I'm not reaching my hand in to try to grab them. They'll sting me until I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Can't you just re-sleep them?
Not while they're in the bag.
Are they still asleep?
They should be waking up in a few seconds. Should I go
Well,
stand outside?
I do have a jar. Maybe we can get at least one.
Wait a
in
minute. The idea,
jar.
the plan. Sarah, do you have a spare jar laying around here?
don't have
I've got some
spares.
potions.
Guys, me and Richard established that we were gonna try and get one in a jar, so I already have a jar.
Let's get one in a jar. I know you have the jar, but the plan is I go on the other side in the ethereal plane and hold the jar where you're holding the jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
you
argue
said-
that
you
we
said
just put the
potions.
jar in the exact same spot on the table and we don't hold them?
Considering that
Just-
objects do exist in the ethereal plane, is it completely necessary?
I don't know. You were the one who spent the most time in there, so you tell me.
I don't know how the ethereal plane works, honestly.
Katie, is woodwind jars?
Can I see one of those potions?
If
feel
you
like
are
just the
moving,
one.
yes. If it is
Okay, if we're
stationary, no.
Okay. So.
What
You
if the
can
jar
put
was?
them on
What
the
if the
table.
bottle was magical?
Hmm?
Depends on the kind of magical jar. Do you have a magical jar?
I have an ever-smoking bottle.
You do. Yeah, you
How do
do.
you have so many magic items?
A smoking bottle, you say? That's kind of that's convenient.
Oh yeah, smoking.
Fiora has a lot of things where I'm like, hey, that's on the uncommon table. I wonder if I could buy that.
I basically just did what
I
Richard
just
did for
kept
the
saying
start of
yeah.
the session. Yeah, I didn't think half of these were going to be useful.
Be fair, half of them haven't been, but
Exactly.
Katie, you gave them to Mike, the min-maxer.
True. Yeah, that would work. The smoking bottle, yeah.
I'm just
Neat.
gonna do this in the ethereal plane real quick.
Don't get jumped.
I'm gonna just because I don't want to cause opening this ever smoking bottle causes a let me just draw this for you. Go to circle tool, snap to center, 60-foot radius sphere of
Jesus
smoke.
Christ.
For your...
Jesus fuck.
Smoking bottle is funky.
It is funky.
And then I'm gonna quick pull out one of them, jam it in the bottle, and close it.
Look at that little guy. I'm gonna get a close look at him.
Theoretically, I can cast sleep through the bottle and keep him, put him to sleep.
Okay,
And then we
Fiora.
can jump him out and experiment him on the 1 minute he'll stay asleep.
Fiora, does he have my eyes?
Fuck if I know, the bottle's opaque.
Is that you in there? My boy! I don't know.
I wasn't expecting to be using the ever-smoking bottle for this.
I didn't think so either.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting that to work. In case I need to contact you, hold on, let me just fish around in the bag of holding. And, here, Wizard Boy, catch, and I'm gonna toss him a rock.
I can my invisible mage hand, so it just kind of stops and he takes it.
You probably have seen these before, they're sending stones.
It's a sending stone, yeah.
So you could add my
Yeah,
other
I knew
sending
this would
stone.
be useful.
It's paired with the one in my bag, but we'll move on with that. Where am I going with this, thing?
Okay, follow me. We're gonna take Jari here up to Howlite.
Do you
likely
guys
won't.
want to come, or should you guys stay to keep Vega contained in case she tries to get out again? Is she still struggling over there?
She's struggling less, but still struggling.
If the previous time that this happened was any note, she'll stop struggling after a while. And the wasps probably won't be back for at least a few hours.
Hopefully. Hold on, maybe I can try something. Let me just scroll through the thing, because I really should be putting these in the page. Hold on, maybe I can, maybe this will work. I'm gonna step a little closer to her, and I need her to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage
All right.
as I cast Charm Person.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to get her to calm down.
She calms.
Hey, you should probably ask Sarah
Calm
over here
down,
before you cast anything.
Calm down. There you are. Just calm down. Take it
Hey,
easy.
it looks like it's
Take a nap.
working.
Sometimes all you need is the right words. Or the wrong words in certain cases.
All right, let's swing
Alright,
by
that should
Howlite.
last an hour. Hopefully.
It's hopefully good.
Lovely. Sarah, you can take care of these, yes?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Never a slow day
Well,
around here, huh?
Alexandria.
Seriously, I
But
just
so you
got
guys are
here.
going-
Usually I at least troll around a little bit before I get involved in shenanigans. I think I lasted like 36 hours before I got involved in the shenanigans of this town.
Wow.
Might be a record.
Yeah, new record from the sounds of it. Anyway,
I'm just involved in the shenanigans of whatever I was a part of before I got to town.
back to the woods.
Oh wait, actually there should have been 8 temporary hit points. I just did my math wrong. Whoops. Oh well, didn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, Fiora,
Mm-hmm.
weird question.
Weird answer.
Do you mind if I, hold him just for a little bit?
Yes, I do. I don't want you to run away with my stuff.
I want to hold my child.
No.
Come on.
Stop being weird.
Oh, God.
I told you it was a weird question. Whatever.
Just when I was starting to think that...
If you're not going to let me hold him, then fine. We're just going to give him to Howlite for Howlite to dissect. And Jari here will never know the embrace of his mother.
Please don't name it.
It's too late. Celsus. It's already Jari, and that's an executive decision.
She better not cry when it dies. The likelihood is we're going to be traveling together for a while, isn't it?
Like, after here?
After here.
I can't control where you want to go.
I recognize that it's better to survive in a group.
Even
Maybe.
if this group is headed towards an uncertain fate in the mire?
I have business to attend to there. And I have business with the Equinox Reserve.
Well, I guess that decides it. We're going to be stick together then. Because as long as any of you are going into that place, I shall not leave you unaccompanied.
I suppose I'll... Celsus turns around and just looks around. I wonder if I'm still being watched. Probably. Oh well.
Live life like you're being watched, Celsus, and you're about to bust a fat move.
Oh, believe me, I do live life like I'm being watched.
Like,
Yes, I do come from a
all of
place
you
of authority.
all of you out there watching us. Put a fucking airbox. A little bit of this, huh? Huh? Is that what you want? Maybe throwing
Celsus
maybe
having
throwing a high
answered
kick.
the question while Varry was talking.
What did he answer?
He said, "Yes, I come from a place of authority."
Okay. Oh. And yet, it seems like you also come from a place where you weren't widely accepted among your peers due to a, let me guess, emotional disposition?
I didn't have many peers. I had one. I had one person. Well, I suppose I could say two. Celsus looks at Alexandria.
And
He
did
smiles.
this... Oh. Did this one person that you're referring to really mean much to you?
Yes.
Are you still on good terms?
He looks. Yeah.
She smiles.
It seems so.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. All right, next part that I've been wondering about. You said you're out here you're being monitored. You're out here for a purpose.
Yes.
Was it a decision of yours?
I suppose you could say that.
Is it something that you had to... Really, in the end, you were forced to do because there was no other option. It was all you could do for the sake of your own survival, right?
That's a good decision.
Jeez. It's like I'm looking into a mirror. Holy shit. Huh. So yeah, most of those things also apply to me, by the way. Except the first one. I was lowborn. Still am. Nothing's changed.
Interesting. Well, as I'm sure you could surmise from me traveling with people, I'm not one of the close-minded ones that thinks all the common folk carry disease that will be caught.
I'm glad you're not worried about catching diseases from me.
Disease in a metaphor.
Oh. Well, you still shouldn't be worried, I don't think. Just if I bite you at any time, you might want to cut the limb off.
I think if you bite me, there are going to be far bigger issues.
Yeah, I'd say as much.
Am I those problems?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Wait. Elaborate.
If you bite me, she's going to try and kill you.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Good. Good. I didn't know how you interpreted the whole biting thing. All right, this way. I think it should be, yeah, right through here. Now, nice place to go is right by the running water. Find some place secluded. Nice, firm, solid earth beneath your feet. Here, let me help you down.
Celsus climbs down.
Yeah, she's like, what I imagine this is like wetlands kind of area. Wetlands and the woods, the forest. It's a good way to describe it. Remember when we were out walking, when we were at the meetup in person and we were out walking by the waterfalls?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of imagine this place being.
Yeah, I agree.
Celsus, you're going to watch as Varry is now inspecting this area. Kat, would you say it is fair that we've reached a sort of stream running through the woods?
Like I described, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, this is way better than the first place I found. First place I found, the ground was solid, but I think in the end we ended up disturbing it. This place, secluded, nice and hidden away, covered over by the tree line. This place hasn't been disturbed for quite a long time.
No, it doesn't look like it has been.
She's going to get immediately to work, kind of feeling out the ground. You know, usually I have a test that I do to devise if the ground has a solid connection to squidge or not. And usually it would involve me putting some of it in my mouth, but Cross urged me very strongly to not do that anymore.
That's a good thing to advise?
After the incident, yes. So we'll get back to work.
Celsus will just watch.
And you're immediately like, oh god, fuck, that's cold. That is so cold. That is ice cold. That is freezing. And as you put your hand in, you immediately start to, like, lose feeling in your fingertips.
Okay.
Miss cold-blooded.
All right, hey. Okay.
Celsus smirks.
It was
just
worth a shot,
bit.
but I do forget we are getting close to the winter here. Whew, that's brisk. Okay. Ow. I can't feel my hand anymore. All right, hey. Oh no, I froze Squidge. No. What have I done?
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine as well. But the bad news is I didn't get enough of a feel of the water to determine whether or not it is coming from the mire or towards the mire, which could be the determining factor if I would like to set up my shrine here. Because, if it's flowing towards the mire, some of the spiritual stuff that I'm doing here might get picked up by the water, and all that occult stuff is going to get carried directly to the people that I don't want it to be carried to.
Very much.
I'm going to instead use my eyeballs and look at it and see if it's flowing towards the mire in that general direction. Or if it's coming away.
It's going perpendicular to the mire.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. I cannot determine which way this is going.
Hey, Katie.
You want to try? That is flowing. It doesn't flow into the mire, but it does not flow out of the mire either. It is running perpendicular to the mire.
It flows past it. You'll be fine. He takes.
Okay.
He takes his hand, shakes it off.
Dry that off.
There's quite a bit.
You're gonna get frostbite.
There's quite a bit of knowledge that I've come into possession of.
You can read water?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Howlite was talking to me about how she could kind of read air. Me, I guess I read dirt. I'm a bit of a dirt reader.
I have much knowledge and skills that sometimes aren't apparent at first.
Mm-hmm. That's another one. You and me the same.
Sometimes I don't even know what they are until I get the feeling of them.
All right, quit describing me. This is getting spooky. Or should I say, go on? Because I don't mind.
I know why. It's just sometimes I know things and sometimes I know things that I shouldn't.
Uh-huh. Does that get you in trouble? That got me in trouble. That got me in big trouble. Isn't that right, Squidge?
Which doesn't respond.
Squidge? Huh. But yeah. I figured some things out that I definitely should not have the knowledge of. That's gotten me in big trouble as well. Say, do you care to listen at all to like all the spiritual mumbo jumbo bullshit? Or should I not bore you with that?
I never intend to practice it myself. I'm intrigued.
Okay, well, it could tell you a little bit more about me and what my whole deal is. My whole deal is. I'm not pronouncing words today. I got a peanut brain and I got a mush mouth.
There are a few things that I've learned. I know just a tad of Squidge.
Mm-hmm.
Still such an odd name.
I mean, it's not his actual... Well, should I tell you that it's not his actual name?
I assumed
Well,
it
I guess it's too
wasn't.
late for that. I guess it's too late for that. Yeah,
I
old
assumed
god
it
stuff.
wasn't, but
Don't worry about it.
it's
It's fine. I'm just trying to keep it all under wraps.
It's a strange moniker to pick.
I've been trying to figure it out. I just it just kind of felt natural, you know?
But if you wish to talk, I will listen.
I actually have no clue why it's called Squidge. Okay, cool.
I would assume then
I actually need to look
could
at
very
my
well
doc. I wrote some stuff down real quick that I gotta pull up.
very well could be he simply liked how it sounded.
It's a good sound. Squid. It's kind of like the sound of like wet mud underneath your boot. You know? And I guess that makes sense.
That
It's
is a surprisingly astute observation.
it makes sense though. I mean, being one of the old deities of peace. What is more peaceful on Earth other than just gonna pat the floor? The ground itself. Right? People will pass by, do their things, civilizations will rise and they will crumble, but all the while the earth beneath it remains perfectly motionless, perfectly asleep. It is the most restful thing in our natural world. It was around before any of us, before anything, before all of the other elements got wound up and involved in this big confusing web that we call the world. That's why I went specifically out here to build the shrine. A place like this has lots and lots of history, lots of wisdom it can lend to me.
Celsus is this entire time. Celsus is giving Varry a look like he's seeing a new.
Celsus, I have a question for you,
Yes.
Mr. History guy over here.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you think have ever died? Total. Not just people.
What are we?
How about animals too?
I was about to ask.
How many dead do you think there are?
That's a very good question. One can never really be sure, considering that bones eventually, even if you were to count them all.
Squidge has told me about passages of time measuring in the tens of thousands of years.
That would make sense.
That's another important part of the earth, right there, Celsus. Burial.
Mm-hmm.
All of those dead. You know, it makes sense that when it's time for your eternal rest, that oftentimes funeral rites include the burying of a body. It is your turn for the eternal rest, so it makes sense that you are incorporated into the most restful thing around, into the ground itself. Because if that wasn't how it was, if the ground wasn't so ready to accept our dead, we'd be swimming in corpses.
That we would.
All right. And that's just the part of it, really. Like I said, a place like this has to have a lot of history. This ground has gone undisturbed for a good long time now. Nobody around here, like, sowing fields, doing any of that stuff, disturbing the soil. Nothing. No
And
mining.
At the same time, directly under us, a long, long time ago, could have been a large city that has simply come and turned to dust since.
But that's deep, deep stuff.
Yes, it is.
Can you clarify? Are you talking about the Alethans?
I'm just talking about some civilization long gone. Could have even been before then.
Mm-hmm. Yes. as time passes, as civilizations rise and fall, they too return to the soil to join the eternal rest. What I was saying is that this ground has gone undisturbed in our current sort of time frame, I guess.
Certainly.
Of course, in the grand scheme of things, everything that remains undisturbed just gets buried even deeper and risks, well, it's at even less of a risk of being disturbed at that point because it's down so deep. Not anybody up here with like their plows or whatever and their fields and their quote unquote farms, whatever you call them, is going to be disturbing that anytime soon.
Quote unquote farm.
I know the truth. I know what they're hiding. So you're probably asking by now if stillness and tranquility and peace and all of that is so instrumental into creating a shrine for Squidge. You may be asking why do I choose to settle next to a stream? And the answer to that is honestly, it may seem antithetical to everything I just said, but running water, very important. Because while Squidge is an old god, the ever restful one, represented by all those things of stillness and peace and tranquility and all of that, I am a mortal being. I need water to live. More than that, I like to also think that that running water holds more of a symbolism. That us out here talking about all of this, while you're not true disciples of Squidge by any means, any of you, if we were that sort of group, I feel like running water would be the best sort of symbol to really represent what the congregation would be, really. Because when you think about it, if everything was all just inactivity, if everything was all just sleep and rest and dreams and all that, nothing would ever get done.
Very true.
That's why you need something like this running water here. Why you need something like disciples. You need something to carry the soil from one place to another. You need something to carve through the stone. That's why I was concerned earlier about which way the water was flowing.
That makes sense.
Let me tell you a little something about the mire. Being the sort of environment that it is, it sees a lot of rainfall, lots of wet seasons, not much dry ground to speak of. And that is where the problem comes in. Because everything that I just told you about why having good solid ground is so important, does not apply to the mire. Everything in there, it's all backwards. The earth is constantly shifting, constantly flowing. It's always in flux, while the water collects in stagnant, rotten pools. Everything that I just explained that is instrumental to Squidge's whole doctrine, it's all the opposite when you're in the mire. That being said, when the ground is constantly changing, constantly shifting, where do you think the dead wind up?
All around.
All around. And because the water is the one thing of the mire that is so still, the dead are often given a water burial. Which, when you have water flowing out from the mire, flowing out from the swamp in all directions, having so many spirits of those who have suffered, of those who have been tormented, tied to that water, it's very bad. Basically, it's a very bad thing. Because you will get vengeful spirits miles and miles away from where they originally died, from where they were originally thrown into the water so that the beasts of the murk could eat them or consume them or whatever. And they'd end up in places like this, and we'd have to deal with them if we were building a shrine. Next to them, that is. Same goes in reverse. If I'm building a shrine out here, it's going to, like I said before, carry all of that occult magic that I'm performing out here, and it's going to carry it into the mire. And there are people out there who would not be very happy with my practices.
Considering we're an old god, I assume.
Remember when I said that I learned about something which got me in hot water, got me in big trouble? Squidge is what I'm talking about.
See.
Wait, were you part of the cult that lives in the mire?
Well, yes, that about catches you up on it, really.
Huh.
I was. I, of course, am no longer.
That's a new one.
Basically, by the end of it, they wanted me dead, so I had to run.
Connects the dots.
Fiora.
Hmm?
You made yourself quite instrumental to the whole encounter that we had back in the medical tent.
Oh, I'm not usually the most helpful, but I don't exactly like having, well, potential clients and, what is the word I'm looking for?
Potential clients, huh?
Targets.
Care to
No, not target.
Hey, take it easy, Celsus. Do you care to
Audience
elaborate what do you
members?
mean by that? On audience members.
Paying customers, that's what I'm looking for.
Varry gives you a look, Celsus, like this is exactly what she was talking about.
No point letting
And
paying customers die or get mind controlled. At least not by someone else.
There it is. I will say, Celsus looks at Fiora. I was caught off guard how actually skilled you were.
You don't get around traveling place to place by yourself if you can't defend yourself.
That is true.
No, you don't.
That's sort of why I wanted to
You were the people who,
extend an offer to you, Fiora.
by the way, you were the people who spread the rumor about your enchanted arm thing, right?
I mean, let's be honest, you caught on to that pretty quickly, didn't you?
I mean, the argument you had with your little kobold friend was rather convincing, but he overplayed his hand too early, and
But you've been around that sort of thing in the past before, haven't you? I am willing.
I know when a gig is too good to be actually a gig.
Okay, let's just talk about the
Uryte
real
is
gig
not
then.
here.
How about it?
Uryte is not here to defend himself. I'll at least note that was not all what his plan was.
That's my fault, really. His was a lot more subtle, a lot more low profile.
Yes, but I could
have a
see a thief
tendency
that was not
to
meant
be
to
a
be-
little.
that was meant to be chomped on as opposed to a baited trap.
Okay, but the point was I wanted to lure you in so I could offer you an actual job.
What sort of job?
The once-in-a-lifetime kind.
I've had
Alright.
plenty of men offer me a once-in-a-lifetime job, Varry. Please elaborate.
As tentative leader, I guess Howlite would be the one really contesting for that role. Celsus, do you really care who I guess it's more of a sort of a democratic approach that we have to making decisions around here. I'm just the loudest one, usually. So, as loud one, I would like to extend to you an invitation to be part of this group as we move forward past our the duties and responsibilities that we've taken on here with the Aetherbound. We have a certain person of interest who has been kidnapped by the cult. And somebody with your skill set and abilities would be greatly appreciated as part of the rescue team.
I mean, I tend to be rather I can be stealthy, but I also tend to be rather loud. Most of my skills are distraction, smoke and mirrors, that sort of thing.
Here's the deal.
Charming the audience into being part of the show.
Celsus over here insists that we need to wait until the springtime to give it an attempt. I say otherwise. My reasoning being that our chances of getting in undetected are already pretty slim. And during the winter months, it is impossible to get in undetected. So I'm going to talk to Uryte a little bit more about it, about exactly what I had in mind. But if we were to do this during the winter, we wouldn't be going in with a stealthy approach. No. I have something else in mind. Something that charming abilities could help a great deal with. However, I'm saying all of this as if just telling you that you'd be highly appreciated would be selling you on the whole thing to begin with. Why I say that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is because the cult is in possession of many a rare magical artifact. Occult stuff, magic stuff, you name it. We are already essentially stealing a whole person from them.
I do like getting my hands on some magical knickknacks, let's put it at that.
Part of the reason why we sewed the whole part about this arm brace being magical. I just got the impression. Anyway, though, there's more. I believe that if you were to accept this sort of job, you'd be expecting some sort of upfront payment from us, no?
Delving into a potentially extremely deadly swamp that is mostly mud and muck to retrieve a kidnapped person from a known dangerous cult. In a season they are highest on alert. Probably.
Okay. Celsus, do you have the that residuum still?
No, I have a dead.
Right.
What do I do with residuum? I'm not an enchanter, I can't use it.
Yeah, it's still worth its weight in gold and then some.
I live on the road. I don't need piles upon piles of gold.
Oh, I know. We could get
If I need to
you
get
into.
by, I'll sell one of the knickknacks I have and move on.
We could get you into contact with somebody who will be maybe picking some of your goods, and someone that you can sell to.
How about this? If you have any magic or cursed items that you don't intend on using, I'll take it off your hand. Any small knickknack or something like of the like.
I have a voila. One lantern, which used to be cursed with a spirit, but has been since dispelled. Other than that, I have something I can't exactly part ways with.
Fair enough. One of the reasons I didn't want to take your arm is one of the reasons I wasn't ever planning on pouncing on the bait you guys set is Well, a magical arm brace is a little conspicuous when missing.
It has its purposes.
It's conspicuous when missing, Varry, is what I said.
Conspicuous when missing. Yes, very conspicuous with missing, in fact. More conspicuous than you may initially believe it is.
I have a magic spoon ladle.
Why?
You've been holding out on us, man. How long have you had that for?
Let's see. It was when I went on the first job with Erevan. I found it in a somewhat abandoned wizard's tower. If you put water in it, it will turn into soup.
I see.
It's rather interesting.
You could feed a whole one person with that. Very impressive.
I believe it works a few times a day.
Can I try it?
Why not? He
Just a
takes out the soup ladle.
little demonstration of the wares for our.
In that scenario, it seems more like a weapon than something that you would feed people with.
Yeah, turn somebody into soup. See
Turn a
how
water
they like
elemental
it.
into soup.
Turn a water elemental into soup while you're at it. Yeah.
It's now soup elemental. What are you going to do about it?
What, you gonna blow it off?
I can't believe that would be effective use of it.
I believe he's lapsing. I'm just going to take this ladle very carefully from his paralyzed hands and go test it. Don't worry about him. He just does this. He just does this time to time. It's fine. He'll be back soon.
What a very weird. I still don't think I've even met the little, what was his name? Uryte?
Yes, that's the one.
Uryte? I don't know. I don't think I've met him yet. I mean, the only time we've seen each other, he was stung.
Well, I can think of worse introductions to have between you and various members of our group.
No, trust me, the rest of you didn't give a very great impression either.
We don't exactly make it a habit to do so. Yeah. Anyway, it's very, very cold, but do you want some soup? But the point is that if you were to join our group, what's ours is yours. And vice versa. I know that the rest probably
Probably
have
going
some
to come
things.
to regret this, but alright.
I know that the rest probably have some things on them that they wouldn't really be objected. They really wouldn't object to you using. That's interesting,
this, but all right, I'll take it.
You said you weren't interested in mountains of gold, yet you're talking about finding a seller for these magic items.
I said if I need money for anything, I can sell them.
Okay, I see. So you're just
I don't need a particular one.
You're just an avid collector then.
I like to think of them as my trophies of my travels.
Fair enough. I am
Piece
one
from
to
here, piece from there.
I am one to collect little memorabilia from my travels. Yes.
Once or twice I even managed to steal a spellbook or two from a passing wizard who was honestly more bluff than bark.
Huh.
Usually end up selling those pretty quick. No, unfortunately no. I sold those for it's actually where I got the hat. Traded two of them for this hat.
2 less spell books or a skies. Good deal.
Yes, quite good deal. Quite good deal.
You can be surprised what some people are able to weasel, what some blackmailers are able to weasel out of some rich snob's spellbook.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah? You got any good dirt?
Need a bigger city than for the.
I see.
It's just that many wizards have gotten to the point that there's so many wizarding families, have gotten to the point where they're so rich that they don't really care about money, and their spoiled brat are too ashamed to tell their parents they lost the book.
So that's what you're talking about. Okay.
So
I
they'll
was wondering if
pay
you could give us
rather
any fun
exorbitant
stories.
prices to get it back.
So less blackmail, more of a
Effective
ransom
strat.
kind of thing. I gotcha.
Usually, I'm just the one who nicks it and sells it off to the fence, who gets it back to them at that price. But
If they were actually smart, they would put in.
if they were actually smart, I wouldn't be able to nick them.
True.
Again, more money than brains on those folks.
Yeah, some people should really watch their backs more often. I'll tell you. Poor fools.
Where Varry tries and kills one of us.
I've been doing a whole lot of talking and not a whole lot of building.
You need help moving anything? Anything large or something?
Yeah. Eat more soup and then come back to me. Fucking scrawny looking motherfucker.
By the way, do I now own the soup ladle since I'm joining? Just ignore
Varry
it.
is going to brush Fiora off and start rolling boulders. God dang
By the
it.
way, for keeping track of what everyone has for items or not, I don't know how much transparency we're supposed to have here.
Keeping track of things?
Do we know what resources everyone has? Do we know
Well,
what you need when you're putting on a show?
everything that you
And
are
it's nice to know what other people have, so you can hint at them using it.
everything that you are willing to share with us that you have in your possession. We usually just try to keep a mental list. Really?
Celsus
I
just
don't know.
froze again. Is that what he does when he's thinking?
Quickly. Start stacking things on top of
Don't
them.
you fucking try it.
Okay, I'm backing off. Jeez, can't even put one big rock on him.
You'll crush him.
He'll be fine.
You'll crush him.
No, I won't.
Well, besides my lyre, I also have my normal loot. And in my bag of holding, I should probably actually strap this to my side. I'm gonna pull out the rapier, and then I'm gonna pull out its sheath, and I'm gonna sheath the rapier and put it on my hip.
You now have a sheath rapier on your hip.
Celsus!
I've got my this rapier. It's
Yes.
moon touched, so it glows
cool.
dimly in the dark.
She's gonna walk over to you carrying a big boulder. Would this crush you?
To some extent.
Okay, yeah, I won't drop it on you then.
You've all seen my hat. I showed that off. The tiara is a circlet of blasting. I can cast Scorching Ray. You've seen that. What else do I have in here? So looking in her bag. Oh right. This is a potion of hill giant strength.
Hill giant strength?
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't remember when I nicked this.
Well, I'm glad that when you were offering us potions earlier, I didn't take that off your hands and pour it out, because that's what I was going to do if we needed an extra jar. That would have been a waste of a good strength potion.
What else do you have in here? I have the ever-smoking bottle, which currently has a bug in it.
Jari, learn the name, get it right.
The Sending Stone, which I gave to you. I've got a fan that can create gusts of wind.
This is a lot, and honestly, more than I'm able to keep a mental track list of.
And two sets of cards, one of which is magical.
Okay, so Celsus has the ladle, spellbook. Howlite's got orb. Or should we not say what the whatever. Howlite's got the orb. Howlite's got the alchemy stuff. And then it was Uryte. Did Uryte have something? He had that knife, right? I think I saw him with that knife.
I also have a set of ivory goats. It's a wonder. You know, the like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For personal, I am collecting some of those.
Just wanted to get my hands on one of the figurines of wondrous power. Never had the time.
What, does collecting a full set grant you a wish or something?
No, just a lot of versatility, honestly.